I first started clerking for Judge Fields in 1989, and a lifelong friendship, mentorship. As a judge, the number one thing that was important to him was the public's perception of our system, and that people were treated fairly and courteously. At the heart of it, he believed our system was only strong as people's confidence in it. I'm reminded of a story. He tried a death penalty case that was remanded. It was reversed and remanded to be tried again. And it ended up with the same result. The young man was sentenced to death. The mother of that young man left a letter on his windshield that said, even though my son has been sentenced to death, I know this time he was treated fairly. And I have no qualms, and I thank you, for presiding over this case. And I just think that's the greatest compliment that a person, that a judge could get. The most I learned from him, and I'm gonna quote his mother, and she said, son, I really can't give you much guidance about the law. I don't know much about lawyering. She said, but I know about people. She said, and in life you gotta get along with people, even if you gotta do most of the getting. And that summarizes much of his perspective about life. What I loved about his community service, and just about him as a human being, is the quiet way he went about doing things, and often did things anonymously. If he ever saw anyone in need, from the least of these to the greatest of these, he always stepped in. Yeah, one thing that I'll remember the most about him was his laughter. He had a great zest for life. He loved life. He loved everything about being a judge. He loved everything about being a lawyer. He loved everything about his journey. And I was with him until the end, was able to say goodbye. But he told me, he said, dear, life don't owe me nothing, and I don't owe life anything. He felt he had maximized everything life had to offer. People need to know he was just a great human being.